Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. Now in past videos, I had mentioned that I would never hide anything on this channel. I would show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'd be fully transparent. You know, there's no sense in trying to hide anything bad or pretend it doesn't happen. There's no real good teaching moments in those. That being said, I had a disaster in one of my fish tanks. Now, if you remember one of my most recent past videos, new fish from where, I bought 5 new angelfish from a local department store where I bought fish from previously. And well, let me show you the tank. Well, you would be seeing that correctly. There is only one left in here. Now, there is one other one in another tank, which I'll show you in a bit. But let's start from the beginning. So I had released that video. It had been about 2+ weeks. All the fish were doing great. They were all thriving. They were all eating. They were all getting along. Then about a week later, that's when all of a sudden I noticed one of them was acting a little different. It was more heavier breathing. And then I noticed that a few of them had more of like a stringy poop that would be reminiscent to possible parasitic worms or something within them. So I decided to treat the tank. So I used Fritz's Paracleanse and I put a treatment in the tank, let that saturate for a few days. Then woke up, one of them died, one of the new ones died. Then another day later, another one was acting very similar. That one died, and it just kept trickling down till I had, I think it was 2 of the new ones left. And that's when I noticed that my existing koi angels were huddling in a corner and their fins were all damaged and they were looking like they were getting beat up. So not only do I have something in there killing some of those angelfish, I also have one of those new ones potentially bullying my other 2. I figured I'd keep an eye on them for a bit. I had a feeling which one was the bully. It was the bigger of the 2 new ones, but I wasn't 100% sure. He would kind of give them a little bit of a chase here and there, but it was never anything drastic as I would see in the tank. So I decided to do a quick water change on the tank to get the medicine out of there. And as I did that, one of the 2 new ones, the smaller one, all of a sudden went belly up. I don't know if I scared it or what. It was very strange. It was sitting at the bottom alive, but not alive, and it wound up passing. So that I only had the one big new one left and then my 2 existing koi angels who were getting beat up. So then I came back down the next day to take a look and my 2 koi angels were beat up even more. So I knew 100% fact that it was that big new one that was the bully in doing it. So I removed it from the tank. I took it out and then I put it in my big goldfish pond. Then as you can see, he is doing perfectly fine in this pond now. There's only the goldfish. Yes, he can peck off some of those guppy and endlers when they have fry. I don't know if this is going to be its permanent home yet. I have an idea or 2 for it, but yeah, as of right now, that's going to be where it's going to be living until I can think of something else. So then in that tank, all that was left are the 2 existing koi angels. I wish I could say the death stopped there. It was almost immediately after I pulled that bully fish out of there that the one koi angel that was beat up the most all of a sudden took a nosedive to the bottom of the tank and went belly up. It lay there and struggled a bit, and then that wound up passing. So all I had left was the one existing koi angel in that tank. Now, as I film this video, that one left is still doing fine. It's healing up. It's doing a lot better. I think that one's going to survive and not have issues. But how did we get here? Could I have done something differently that could have stopped all this? Well, as far as the fish that was bullying my 2 koi angels, there really wasn't anything I could do about that besides remove it from the tank like I did. It would have been nicer to seen it earlier and knowing it was that one and knowing what was going on. I really didn't think I would have lost any of those two. It's sad. I really was upset about that, and so was my daughter. They were two of my favorite fish down here. As far as the other fish, could I have quarantined them? Absolutely. Would it have made a difference? I don't think so. You never know, though. They were thriving and doing good for almost 3 weeks in this tanks before I saw any type of sign of something going on. So yes, I could have quarantined them separately and put that medication in there. But it probably would have happened the same way. They probably would have just died in there, or I would have put them in the tank and they would have wound up dying anyway. I don't really think it had too much to do with any type of parasitic diseases, to be honest with you. When it comes down to it, I think it's really the quality of fish. Well, that and there lies the problem with trying to buy fish from big box stores. The stores themselves can try to keep healthy tanks and nice habitats for these fish to live in until they're sold to you and I, just like this store that I got these from. Been in there numerous times. The tanks always look clean and nice, and I've never had issues. But they get them all from the same suppliers. These big suppliers that mass produce these fish and just bring the quality of them down so much. Now, looking back on this whole situation, I wish I would have waited till I could have made it to a local fish store or found a local hobbyist that was selling the koi angels that I exactly wanted. It was an impulse type of buy because I seen them and I wanted them and they were right there in front of me. And that's the problem sometimes. Like for me in my town, we only have big box stores. There are no local fish stores. So if I want to get any type of quality fish, I need to drive 45 minutes to an hour away or find a local hobbyist somewhere that is breeding them themselves. And that's why some of these big box stores get inhabited sometimes. Like I said, I typically do not buy fish from big box stores. This is probably the only one that I bought fish from in the past. Usually it's only like supplies, like if I need like a heater or something like that. Other than that, fish I typically do not buy from these guys. So what did I learn from this experience? Well, I can say I should try to have more patience. Don't let myself impulse buy like that, to buy something from a big box store, no matter if it's a store I think is okay or not. Because like I said before, the quality of those fish are not going to be there. Wait for myself to go and support a local fish store or a local hobbyist. That's what I should have done in the first place. As far as quarantining, I don't know. It is a good thing. It's a good tool, especially if you're putting fish into a tank with existing fish. 100%, I'm not going to lie there. I don't think that was the issue with these fish. Like I said, it was quality. And as far as the bully fish, I don't know what I could have done differently there besides remove it from the tank, and wish I would have removed it earlier. But now the question is, what am I going to do with that tank with the one koi angel? That I'm not 100% sure of quite yet. I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure. What I'm going to do is just let this guy sit in here for a few weeks, heal up, get good and healthy and fat. He's already eating and acting normal. His fins are looking 20 times better from what they were. So to be determined is basically what's going on with this tank. Like I said, I have a few ideas, but I have a local swap meet in February. I would prefer to find something before then, but like I said, I need to get some patience, like I mentioned earlier, and try to fully figure out what I want to put in here before I just impulse buy something. So that was my story of what happened to all those angels in that tank. It was disastrous. It sucked. It was just, it wasn't a good experience losing all those fish. It was something I was really looking forward to, trying to get a few pairs out of them. So it's just something I'll have to try again. But that being said, if this kind of content interests you, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But don't forget to hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss any of my upcoming projects. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time here at Patty's Aquatics.